Hello, St. Andrews, and welcome to this Holy Week edition of Chancel Chats. You'll notice that we're back in the chancel again, thanks to our junior warden, Keith Adams, who repaired the lights that weren't working. It's Tuesday afternoon. I just returned from the cathedral in Trenton, where each year on the Tuesday of Holy Week, our bishop invites all of the clergy of the diocese, deacons and priests, to come to the cathedral for a time of meditation, quiet reflection and prayer as we prepare for the events of Holy Week, and also for reaffirmation of our ordination vows. And so in the morning, during the morning portion of the event, the bishop shared a couple of brief reflections and meditations. And in his first meditation, he told us about a young priest that he visited recently in our diocese, recently ordained. And the bishop said to this young priest, he said, is there anything that I can do as your bishop that will help you, assist you in your ministry? And the priest responded by saying, Bishop, I want you to tell me exactly what I should do every day, from the time I wake up in the morning until the time I go to bed at night. Well, as you can imagine, this question kind of caught the bishop off guard, but he eventually responded to the question. He said, Father, there are three things that I want you to do. He said, first of all, I want you to love God. Secondly, I want you to love God's people. And thirdly, I want you to love yourself. And I thought that was a wonderful kind of reflection as we begin our journey through Holy Week, and I wanted to share it with you. Love God, love God's people, and love yourself. So, with that as a kind of introduction, I'd like to just briefly remind you of our schedule during Holy Week. Actually, our Holy Week began last weekend with the Sunday of the Passion, Palm Sunday, but we begin in earnest really tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., it will be our privilege to host the funeral mass for Mary McCulloch, who passed away, many of you know, passed away last Thursday morning. Mary was at the time of her death, was the oldest living member of St. Andrew's Church. She had been a member of the church for more than 70 years. And so it will be a great opportunity to celebrate her life and her ministry in her funeral service tomorrow morning at 11. And then at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, we really begin our journey through Holy Week in earnest. We're going to be hosting a Tenebrae service, which is a very simple service of word, reflections on the word, and I promise you that it will be just an hour-long service. And then the three days of Holy Week begin on Holy Thursday, Maundy Thursday. We'll be hosting three services of Holy Eucharist. The first service will be at 7 a.m., followed by a fellowship breakfast immediately following the service. The second service at 12:10 p.m., and then at 6 o'clock we will be hosting our annual joint celebration with our brothers and sisters in Christ at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Hainesport. The service will be here. It will begin at 6 o'clock with a potluck supper, followed by the traditional liturgy for Maundy Thursday, including foot washing, Holy Eucharist, and the stripping of the altar at the end of the service in preparation for Good Friday. And then Good Friday, we will be participating in the community Good Friday service at St. Paul's in Hainesport. The service begins at 12 noon and continues for 3 hours. And you're certainly invited and encouraged to participate if you have the opportunity. I'll be preaching one of the words at that service. And then at 7 p.m., our traditional Good Friday liturgy here at St. Andrews. And then on Saturday, the Great Easter Vigil will be held. We'll begin outside the church with the lighting of the new fire and the singing of the Exsultet. It's my favorite service of the year, without a doubt. So the service begins at 7 p.m., including the first Eucharist of Easter and a renewal of our baptismal covenant. And then this year we're doing something a little bit different. After the service, immediately following the Great Easter Vigil, we're inviting all participants to come to the parish house for a time of celebration and fellowship. And the church will be providing beverages, including some wine for those who are interested. And we're asking that everyone that participates bring their favorite cheese and crackers. And it's just going to be a wonderful time of celebration as we celebrate the great feast of Easter. And then on Sunday morning, 2 festival services, one at 8 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock. And at the 10 o'clock service, we'll have the baptism of little Luke Kenneth Ho. So we encourage you to participate in all or as many of these wonderful liturgies during this Holy Week time, the most important time of the year, most important week of the year for Christians, without a doubt. One final announcement before we close today. Beginning on Tuesday, April 14th, that's about 2 weeks after Easter, I'm going to be teaching a course on the introduction to the Bible. I sense that there's a need in this parish and throughout our diocese, really, for people to be educated and instructed in the basics message of the Holy Scriptures. So we're going to begin a 10-week course. It will start at 6:30 p.m. and conclude at 7:30 p.m. I promise I'll keep to that 1-hour schedule, 1 hour a week for the next 10 weeks. And I hope that as a result of this course, as we study together and share together, our understanding and appreciation of the essential message of the Holy Scriptures will become much more apparent and much more clear to all of us. So we encourage you to participate in that study, and we'll look forward to beginning on Tuesday, April 14th. So that's about all I have to report today. I wish you all a very blessed Holy Week and Easter, and look forward to seeing many of you at the services throughout this week. So we'll talk again next week, and God bless you.